want to find out. So obviously I want to thank my family. Oh, thank you, Julia. Close. And I want to thank everyone who wrote letters on my behalf, who spoke on my behalf, who took phone calls, said nice things about me, but also all the people, my friends, my colleagues, who have supported me throughout the years and who have taught me so much. This is not something that you do on your own. You don't arrive at this position all by yourself. And it makes me wonder, why me? I don't think I'm the smartest person in the room. This room in particular. Well, there's a couple of people out there. And yes, I'm well dressed, where I used to be. Now look at this. My shoulder ends like here. My tailor's got his work cut out for him. But I suspect that although there's a lot of factors, that primarily it's been the way I've interacted with people, the way I've treated people. I've always tried to be respectful, to be patient, and to see things from the perspective of the other side. And that has not been an act. That is something that was ingrained at an early age. My parents to thank for that. And that will not change. I promise that will not change. And I want to make a couple other promises. I promise that I will never forget what it's like to be on the other side of the bench. What it's like to be an attorney, what it's like to be a litigant, a defendant, a victim, anybody who works in the court. It can be a stressful place, a chaotic place, and even if you look calm on the outside, I know that there's something else going on the inside. And I can tell you that I've done it long enough, I've seen enough to promise you that I will never forget. And I also promise that I will not raise your heart rate when I come out on the bench.
But seriously, it's been my honor and privilege to work with Frank. I've learned a lot from him, and I hope he's learned a lot from me. If he didn't, it's his own damn fault. So, there's always a lot of discussion about judicial demeanor, judicial temperament, whether a person has the right stuff to be a judge. Frank definitely has the scholarly, contemplative Superior Court demeanor down. It's been said that Albert Einstein was an extremely contemplative person, that he stared off blankly into space for hours at a time. And that's how he came up with some of his most creative ideas. Seriously, that's true. But of course, Albert Einstein didn't have maths live. I cannot tell you how many times a day Frank would come into the office and say, "Such and so happened, did you know that?" And I'd say, "No, how do you know that?" "It's on maths live, Cheryl. Look, I'm working here, So if the gold standard for contemplativeness is staring off into space, Frank's got that cornered. But when Frank wasn't staring off into space or watching maths live, he was talking, whether it be on the phone or in my office. Frank would often come into my office and discuss a case, and discuss the case, and discuss the case. Meantime, I'm like, I'm working here. But seriously, that is how Frank resolved a lot of his issues in his cases, was talking through them. And I honestly found that thought process very fascinating.